Happy Onam wishes to everyone. We'll start the group discussion now. Let me also welcome all those who have joined us again recently. We will go alphabetically. We've not registered anyone by name. Can I have Miss Asta Gupta? Asta Gupta has been a regular speaker for us. Miss Asta, can I pin you on the screen? Can I have your video on? Asta Gupta is joining from Tanakpur. She is a student of Nanda Convent School, Tanakpur. Over to you, Miss Asta.
Good morning all. In my views, an ethical hacker or a white hacker is an information security aspect that authorizes an organization to penetrate computing software for security vulnerabilities and malware to exploit it. But we can take an example. If it is a dawn of a terrorist in our area, then our system is very unsecure by cyber criminals to breach security system, either to comprise a national security feature or extort huge amounts by injecting malware, denying access. This organization face challenges with this and the technologies to protect system before falling victim to hacker. Some persons take this systems as a negative choices, as associate this with negative action and intentions because they only know negative effects. But in this field, some are known as white hat hackers, which are good guys for hacking world or penetration testers. As nowadays, variety of software programs are now available that make hacking easier. However, we know the knowledge of PHP, JavaScript, or some knowledge about HTML for several languages such as this. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Asta. Thank you so much, everyone. Can I request the speakers to keep your mobiles, of course, laptop as such, it will be in landscape mode. Mobile also, you can rest it. You can open your laptop.
Sir, you are muted, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Sir, you are
yeah,
muted.
my fault. Sorry. I muted the mic. Okay, can I request all the speakers kindly keep your mobile phones in the landscape mode and keep it close to you. We would like to see you close, and do not keep the mobile phone down you. It should be straight so that we can look you straight. Also, keep it rested on a book or something so that it doesn't keep moving. So as it moves, the voice gets deflected. We may end up in missing some of your, speak the words. Now some of you kept your phone down below you. You're looking down like this. So we will look you in a down angle. Keep the phone straight. Let it look straight to you. Excellent. Ms. Asta Gupta, that's a great job. Thanks. It's a good opening. Can I request Master Ayushman Chand Rajwar joining again from Nanda School, Tanakpur. Master Ayushman, I'm pinning you. Over to you, please. Can we keep your video on, Master Ayushman? Ayushman, yeah. Phone ko घुमा दीजिए. Okay. Anyway, please continue. Yeah.
So today our topic is ethical hacking. So basically I'm going to start by telling you about what is ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is just a person trying to get access over someone else's data or information from himself. This user may be wanted or unwanted. So basically there are three types of ethical hackers. The first one are the good ones. These hackers are suggested by a council known as PC Council. These hackers work with government or multinational companies to improve their security, finding vulnerability in their security, and trying to make it secure. The second one are the black hat hackers. These hackers are the bad ones. These ones will try to attack your computer system, try to steal your private information, or even some sensitive information such as credit card information, and later use that in their advantage. Now there is a third type of hackers. These are known as brown hackers. They are not either good or bad. For example, they create a website. They will ask you different types of questions as a survey. And later on they will sell this information or data to companies which want your user information. Now for instance, if you are constantly searching for shoes, and the website will send your data to a shoe company, and later on the shoe company will show you ads of their shoes. So this is brown hat hackers. Now benefits of ethical hacking can be a lot of benefits. For example, we can use, just like she said, ethical hacking for improving our national security against terrorist attacks. Uh, Ethical hackers can not only work for government but can work for multinational companies as well. They can be their security analysis, information security manager, or even a security consultant. Now, these are the benefits of ethical hacking. Now, this does not mean that ethical hacking cannot be dangerous for us. It can be dangerous for us as well. Thank you, sir.
That's really wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Master Ayushman. Nicely put across. That was a beautiful opening. But I'm also looking for the ethics and opportunities. Anyway, we will continue with this. Can we have Miss Aditi P. Madinur? Miss Aditi, I think she's joining from Sri Sharda International School, Koppal. Miss Aditi, over to you. I'm pinning you. Miss Aditi, yeah, can we have your screen? Can you turn your phone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And in fact, Sharda School has also nominated a few student observers to observe the proceedings, what their classmates and others are speaking. That's a really a good thought, having. Aditi, beta, can we have the light behind you switched off? Or can you turn slightly? That light is. Anyway, we need to hear you. Please continue. It's okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Aditi Pranesh Madna. I'm from Sri Sharda International School. So let me begin. If you watch the news and keep with the technology, so you will be knowing about the hackers. So you may know what are hackers. So do you know their hackers are divided into 3 types of categories? So I would like to mention a point of Ayushi. It's actually not a brown hat hackers, it's called as grey hat hackers. 3 hackers are white hat hackers, black hat hackers and grey hat hackers. Grey hat hackers, the terms derives from the popular culture where protologists wore white light colored hats and the anthologists wore black hat hats. So essentially what determines the types of hackers is the motivation and whether they are breaking the law. So let me start with black hat hackers. Black hat hackers are criminals and break into a computer networks with intentions. They may also destroy the files holds and computer hostage or steals passports, credit cards, numbers and other personal information. So black hat hackers are motivated by themselves. They are self-served reasons and such as financial, they may take a financial gain, revenge or simply to spread the hawker. Sometimes they motivate, might be like ecological by targeting a people. They then strongly agree with what they do. And white hat hackers. So white hat hackers is also known as ethical hackers. They are good hackers and they are like antibiotic for black hat hackers. They protect our everything from our black hat hackers. They'll try their level best to save our all things, but still we will be caught by sometimes black hat hackers. So let me begin with white hat hackers. White hat hackers are sometimes called as ethical hackers or good hackers. They're also like utensils for black hat hackers and they exploit computers, systems or network. Their securities pros so they can make recommendations for improvement. So social engineering, penetration testing and reconnaissance and research, programming, using a variety of digitals of physical tools. These are the things by using white hackers can work. These are some things where these things are helpful for white hackers. So next, let me say about grey hat hackers. So grey hat hackers are somewhere like between white and black. They are between white hat and black hat hackers. They like not even much harm, but still they are like somewhere. Some grey hat hackers like do believe and they're doing good and for companies by hacking their websites and invading their network without permission and still company owners rarely appreciate for them, so that their company may come high. And these often these grey hat hackers real intention is to show off their skills and gains, and they gain publicity. They may even appreciate for what they consider and contribute to a cyber security. And India is a leading ethical hacking company, and it has gained a peer certificate hacker and get instant solutions, and call to say safe and protect your business and mobile phone from hacking, call and consult with us 99%. Customers for satisfaction also free, even most of them takes free call satisfactions. So sometimes white hat hackers also, like they say us to they call everyone and they say us to they advise us to keep your phone safe and be aware of black hat hackers, but still we ignore sometimes. We feel they're not just saying simply they want to take something from us, we feel, but still they'll be saying for us safe. I don't say that agree with them, but still we should have a bit confidence about them. And I would like to say top most 7 ethical hackers in the world. And first is going to be a China, and second is USA, and third is Turkey, fourth is Russia, and Taiwan. Next is Brazil and Romania. These are the 7 countries, top most 7 countries in the world who are white hat hackers.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Miss Aditi. That's a fantastic job. I think a round of applause. She spoke very bold, very bright. And let me tell you, news of the day is NDA has opened its door for girl children also, and National Defense Academy, and children like Kyatika, Sai, or maybe Aditi, Angelina. Those are all girl children, who are aspiring to become. Maybe join the armed forces. I would request your principals. Very soon, we'll have some sort of talking going on about this. This is a big breakthrough, in the country's ethics, kind of, It was only boys institutions. Now everywhere you see girls are doing exceedingly well. So I would request, think it over, at this young age, if you put that seed in your thoughts that I should join the defense services, and it's going to be great. And we would love to have children like Aditi or Kyatika or Sai, who are, pretty good about doing their job excellent. That's what Fauj is looking for. Please think it over, Miss Aditi. We'll get back to you. Thanks for being here with us. Wonderful. And one word, the word white hat should not be misconstrued for hacking. Hackers use that word white hat. White hat, I'm talking for others to because generally you keep hearing this word black hat, white hat, and grey hat. The words are being used for hacking, that's it. It's nothing to do with hacking itself. We have a company called White Hat Junior, which is teaching coding to the children. That has got nothing to do with hacking. To others, please, think it over that way. Other speakers, I would request 2-3 issues. Please keep your mobile phone selected for the landscape mode. Come close to the camera. Third thing, try not to have the light falling from behind. It'll obliterate your face. You'll not be able to see you clearly. Anyway, for the future speakers, thank you so much. We have Mr. Ajay. Mr. Ajay, are you going to be speaking? Ajay, can I bring you onto the screen? He's one of the observers, I believe. Yeah, okay, thanks. Ajay, okay, Ajay Patel. Are you going to be speaking on this? No.
Yeah,
Fine.
I will try, sir.
Yeah, please continue. Oh, yeah, okay. Ajay Patel, yeah.
Yeah, it's my first day. Good morning to all. I just listened to this topic now, ethical hacking. Actually, before ethical hacking, I want to say about something cyber security. Whenever we talking, speaking about this information technology, the cyber security is more important, and I think this ethical hacking is also part of this. Because if our system is secure, then we can protect our data information from others to hike. So for this, there are the terms which are Master and Miss Aditi and Aishma has briefed us very beautifully, and I will thank for that. And I learned from this the ethical hacking is ethically authorized in all over the world, which saves us from secure our data from black hat and grey hat that are also in middle of this. And sir, I just say this. Next time I will prepare.
So nice, so nice of you. Thanks because you have joined right in the morning for yoga session. I saw that. So nice of you. A wonderful round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let me also thank Aditi. I never knew, Turkey was a big time hacker. I did not know this. That's a news to me. That's wonderful. Thanks, Aditi. Can I request Miss Anuhya Vanakuru? Anuhya, is she going to be speaking? Giri, will she be speaking? She's observing. Okay.
Yes, sir. She is observing. Sir.
Acha, she's observing. Very good. And can I have Miss Geeta Gotashri? Geeta Gotashri? Are you going to be speaking, Miss Geeta? Yeah.
No.
Okay, you're observing. Wonderful. Yeah. She's a regular speaker for us. Okay. Then Geetika, would you like to speak? Miss Geetika Atti?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Good
Over to you.
morning,
Geetika, I'm pinning you.
Yes. Good morning, one and all. I'm Neetika Arti from Bardwell. So, actually, this ethical hacking, I would like to speak about its opportunities as well as some basic misconceptions which most likely the society has on ethical hacking or hackers. So, as Aditi, Ayushman all said, ethical hacking, the hackers are divided into three classical categories. But apart from that, black hat hackers are again classified into two more categories that are blue and red. Basically, blue are the vengeful hackers. They just do it for their own revenge purposes or some personal injuries. And red hat hackers are also called as vigilant hackers. And apart from these four categories, we will be having the hacker who is new to hacking or the person who has just come into the field. They are also called as green hat hackers. So these are the five categories. Basically, there are three, but it can be modified into these categories also. And some of the misconceptions that people have about ethical hacking is they generally think that ethical hacking as well as penetrating tests are same, but it's not. Ethical hacking is penetration test is a part of ethical hacking. So in ethical hacking, once you go to let's say you contact with an organization, you go into the system infrastructure or anything through the way what black hackers follow. It comes through this proverb. You need to remove a thorn using the thorn. So the white hat hackers also penetrate into the system infrastructure in the same way as black hat hackers. They study the system vulnerability. They study any document offenses in the system, and then they provide firewall security or others. So this is the basic misleading concept that people have on ethical hacking as well as penetrating threats. Penetrating test is a part of ethical hacking. It's not a complete different, or it's not the complete ethical hacking. And apart from that, ethical hacking, it's basically that ethical hacking protects our data. But apart from data, it can also protect our funds. So recently, an ex-Indian minister tweeted on Twitter that there is a problem in Aadhaar card security. So at the moment he tweeted the tweet. A fund of 1 rupee has been credited from his account. So it can also save our funds from not only the data. And most of the ethical hackers, normally society would be thinking about hackers that there are some cool guys with black hoodies and a black hat and sitting in a room with completely black people who do that. But white hat hackers are basically from the organizations. They mostly go for freelancers, but it's best if you go for the organized ethical hackers or the certified ethical hackers, which are also called as CEH. And as I said, there are many opportunities in society. For the opportunities to be into your hands or to be in your favor, first you need to have you need to get performed by an organization. You need to have an organization in your reference for the ethical hackers or the other organizations to believe you that you are an ethical hacker. If you are a freelancer, they are most likely to hire you, but there can be some trust issues between you and the organization. Apart from that, you need to show each and every step to the organization or the person who have hired you. You need to perform transparently with them. You need to show each and every step which you have performed, each and every phase which you have passed. You need to inform them, or you need to inform them about it.
Take them into your confidence, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
Yeah.
the level of
There are-
transparency comes in.
There
I
would
think,
be-
Geetika, you've nicely put it. In fact, you've touched upon the very core issue of the opportunities, because we all know ethical hacking is happening. Whether it is, yeah, it is going to be part of the system. The way when the online education started, everyone said, how can it replace the classroom? Today it has replaced everything. Similar was the case with ethical hacking.
And according to 2018 census, it said that there would be a 350% raise in the ethical hacking by 2021.
That's really wonderful. Thanks, Geetika. The Geetika has joined us from all the way from Badmer. I'll get back to you, Geetika, because we'll have to address everyone. Good show, and in fact, her younger sister Kyatika has also joined from a different login. It's so nice to have them here around. Thank you so much. A round of applause. Can I have Giri Teja coming on the line? Giri Teja, over to you, please. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good morning, all, sir. Sir, actually, I don't talk about the types of hackers, but starting with hacking, even every day we fall prey to the hacking. It may be ethical hacking also. There is a talk show conducted by the founders and the chief persons who work with Google, YouTube, Twitter. There is a talk show, Social Dilemma, in Twitter, sir, in which they said how ethical hacking is also working. Like, if we see the videos in YouTube, and after closing YouTube, whenever you open the YouTube, the videos will be suggested by the YouTube to you. That means they are watching all your what the videos you are watching. And also, if we download any app from the Google Play Store, they ask for the permissions. Like we can videos, photos which are in your mobile, which is not necessary according according to them. Even in the talk show, we listen. If we listen the talk show, then we can it may fear me, like how we are falling prey every day. And even also phishing mails in Gmail. Even in Gmail, we get a fish mail. Like in recent times, Gmail has developed a firewall very strong. So what they are developed in a stage wise. So which is very difficult to hack. So what the hackers are doing is fish mails. They send a fake mail and ask us to change the password or something else. So which will be transferred to them. So it is also one type of hacking.
Okay.
And also coming to ethics. It depends on the person also. Not only hacking us, it also depends on persons. Like we see many news in our daily life that somebody hacked Google, or somebody hacked in 2-3 years back 3 lakhs accounts from Facebook and PhonePe early. So it is not there is no ethics in that. But recently, 2 days back, Poly Network, a cryptocurrency company, it has been hacked by a person, and cryptocurrency of $630 million, I think, he stolen from the cryptocurrency company. After that, when the company offered his chief security advisor post in their company, then he returned all of the money at the time only. So that shows some of the ethics by the person. And also we see mainly someone have rightly said, they show off their skills. So they want to show off the skills. When they show off their skills, these type of persons will come into the action. Recently, 2 weeks or before, one girl debugged the bug in the Google system. They offered 22 lakhs for that girl. So there are many opportunities like freelancers also. In future, every company needs ethical hacker like cyber security advisor, firewall developer, and also recently we are coming to the new education policy, which provides the skilling sector to the students. Before this education policy, we have skilling, but it is not having many scope. as I'm working in skill sector, we've seen the development in the skill sector after the education policy. So what available is that people who are working with ethical hacking can work as a trainers to develop more ethical hackers in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, thanks, Giri. I'll get back to you. Now, see, there is one take home. Giri is very vocal. Is that there is no ethics in ethical hacking. I would want you all to think on these lines. We will get back to this point. He says there's no ethics, and he's talking about the opportunities very well. The statistics nicely put across. A round of applause, Giri. You made us proud. We are very happy that if I can tell, Giri happened to be our student. He was a small little boy with us and with Dr. Chakravarti in Sainik School, Bhubaneswar. Today he's become a corporate trainer. He's doing so many other things. He's a very busy man. And in fact, thanks being here with us, Giri. I'll get back to you. That's a wonderful thing what you put across. You put the thinking cap on with everyone. Okay, can I have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Giri Teja, joining from Visakhapatnam. And next we have Miss Gautami Bhagati. Can I have Miss Gau?
She is also an observer.
She is observing. Okay, wonderful. Acha, she's from your team only. Wonderful, wonderful. See, now Giri Teja has copied the template of Dr. Chakravarti. He said, if Chakravarti sir can sponsor some observers, why not I? So from his own team, that's really wonderful. That is how people inspire each other. It is again not hacking each other's thought. It is emulating each other's thought. Wonderful. Kyatika, would you like to say some words? Kyatika Atti. She's just a student of class 11, joining from Badmer. Kyatika is younger sister of Geetika. Over to you, Kyatika.
Yes, sir. Actually, there are some benefits of ethical hacking. We can prevent the cyber terrorism and terrorist attacks in India. And also there are some skills required for the ethical hackers. They need to complete some learning some languages. They need to expertise the scripting languages, proficiency in operating systems, and a through knowledge of networking, a social foundation in the principles of information technology. And also that one more benefit is that ethical hackers have developed tools so that the methods to seek optimization, for example, in definition and elimination. If other people join from, if any other person hacks our system, we'll get a sudden notification that your system has been hacked. So please restart or please update your system. Like that, we'll get the notifications. And actually, I guess that ethical hacking has ethics.
Good. Kyatika, I am holding you there. Now I want to get back to you because this is going to be kind of a rebuttal point. That's very well done in group discussion. Only thing, we don't allow so much of rebuttal. The problem is net connectivity from different places. In a formal group discussion, a kind of decent rebuttal in talking and proving one's point right with statistics and points is allowed. I am holding you, Geetika. We'll get back to you. That's a wonderful. She says, yes, there is ethics in ethical hacking. That's why it's called ethical hacking, right, Kyatika? Something like that?
Yes.
I'll get back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to Miss Kyatika who joined from Badmer. Thank you, Miss Kyatika Atti. Can I have Miss Madhu Shivakumar Shettar? Miss Madhu, are you observing or are you going to be speaking? Miss Madhu? Okay. Okay, then Madhu, are you going to be speaking? Observer. Wonderful, wonderful. That's okay. Because there are few observers, as they watch the program, they may like to add a point. So we are allowing that. Anyway, wonderful. Can we have Master Milan Kalkhudia joining from Uttarakhand, Tanakpur? Milan is a student of Nanda Convent, Tanakpur. Master Milan, Miss Milan, sorry. Yeah. Milan, over to you, please, Miss Milan. Yeah.
First of all, good morning to all of you. I am Milan Kalkhudia. According to my views, ethical hacking involves an authorized attempt to gain unauthorized access to a computer system, applications and data. Ethical hacking is also known as white hats. Ethical hackers are security experts that perform these assessments. The proactive works they do help to improve an organization's security posture. The purpose of ethical hacking is to improve the security of the network or system by fixing the vulnerabilities found during testing. Ethical hackers use the principles and techniques of hacker to help businesses protect their infrastructure and information. Ethics and opportunities. Before performing any ethical hacking, ensure that you know and understand the nature and character of the client, organization, business system, and network. This will guide you in handling sensitive, confidential, or proprietary information you might encounter during the ethical hacking. Before and during ethical hacking, determine the sensitivity or confidentiality of the information involved. This should ensure that you do not violate laws, rules, and regulations in handling sensitive personal, financial, or proprietary information. During and after ethical hacking, maintain transparency with the client. Communicate all relevant information you find while ethical hacking the client system or network. Transparency ensure that the client know what's going on. Transparency enables the client to take necessary action for security of the system or network. While performing ethical hacking, do not go beyond the limits by the client. On ethical hacking, it is possible for you to have access beyond the target area that the client suggests up for stay within the target area of the system or network specified in the work agreement. Do not go to other areas or components of the system or network that are not specified in the agreement. Minimize exposure of sensitive information. Increase your trustworthiness and reliability as an ethical hacker. Ensure the overall effectiveness of the ethical hacking activity. After performing ethical hacking, never disclose client's information to other parties. Ensure the protection of the client. Ethical hacking is done for the security of the client system or network. Disclosure of client's confidential information send ethical hacking ineffective. Private information must be kept private and confidential information must be kept confidential. So, ethical hacking and ethical hacker are the terms used to describe hacking performed by a company or individual to help identify potential threats on a computer or network. Ethical hacking is considered legal because it is used to increase the security of computer system. Thank you and have a good day.
Thanks, Miss Millen. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Miss Millen, can you have your video on again? I've got a question to ask you. And she talks that ethical hacking is legal and it is permitted, and she is talking about protection of the customer's security and their valuable information. Right? Fantastic. Miss Millen, tell me, have you known, you've done a lot of research. I mean, I could see the way you were wanting to put across the information. Have you known about ethical hacking before this event? Have you heard of this term or have you done the research for the first time?
No, sir, I researched it first time.
Absolutely. That's what I was wanting to tell you. See, there are few of us who know about little bit of everything everywhere. But the moment I am told to do about this, I am given a topic. Your principal is given a topic. Your teacher is given a topic. Beta, कि आपने ये, you're going to take part in a group discussion. He would have asked you, are you ready? Then Millen would have said, yes sir, I want to do it. The moment he said, okay, this is the topic, I want you to do some research on this. You go to net, talk to dad, talk to mom, talk to teachers, find out, put your own thinking. Tomorrow what will happen as you grow doing something like this, you will start knowing the tricks and traits of what is happening around you. I'm very thankful she said rightly that I did not know. I also did not know about things very many. Today Aditi is the one who told us that Turkey is a big time hacker. I did not know this. Maybe whenever whatever research we did not know this. Similarly, please understand, ladies and gentlemen, any child, anybody speaking anything, we may pick up new points from their speaking. That's why I'm telling you next time also, the observers, if you think, the moment you've observed, you've heard it for the first time, second time or what, you may have some genuine doubts. I don't want you to be statistically correct at all. I don't want you guys to be perfect in your language, syntax, grammar. Sorry, इसकी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. If this talks can ignite something in your mind, like Miss Millen, for the first time, she did some research and could speak for about 3-4 minutes, something new. And what she learned for the first time, she's going to remember for her lifetime. Yes or no, Miss Millen? Thanks. You've done a lot of research and making the talk very wonderful. Thank you so much. Nice. Can I have Miss Nivedita BH joining from Koppal? Nivedita is from Sri Sharda International School, Koppal. Nivedita, are you going to be speaking or observer? Observe.
She's a speaker. Sir.
Speaker, yeah, Miss Nivedita, please speak. Over to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nivedita. Can we have a video on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's good. You're speaking for the first time? No, you spoke before, I believe.
No, sir.
So joining for the first time? Chalo, let us welcome Miss Nivedita. Again, all the first time speakers. We want you guys to come in different roles. Repeat as observers. Anybody spoke can be observer for the next of the talks so that you encourage the others also. Over to you, Miss Nivedita.
Ethical hacking is defined as the method to hack into a system with prior permission to find out information and vulnerabilities so that they can be fixed before a person with malicious intention to perform some disorder task. These professionals are the part of cybersecurity company. The goal of ethical hacking in company ensures the protect system from hackers to eliminate any potential threat. Coming to disadvantage, this helps to fight against cyber terrorism and fights against the national security breaches and helps to build a system that prevents a kind of penetration by hackers. And to talk about disadvantages, this may corrupt the file or data of an organization and hackers might use the information for wrong use. This technique can harm someone's privacy and cause a huge loss. Thank you.
That's really wonderful. That's really wonderful. Ms. Nivedita, I would request, please join us, time permitting, as observer for all the events, provided you have, because the very moment your friends know that Nivedita is there in the audience, Milan is there in the audience, Giri Teja is there in the audience, I would be encouraged. If I am, your friend, classmate, or bestie or something, so nice of you, thanks. I must also say one thing. Students from the same school, 3 or 4 of them, they do not speak the same language. That's so heartening. Let me tell you, Mr. Parashuram, the music teacher of Sharda School, if he teaches a song, all the students will sing the same song, or it will be a different song. But today you see, the topic is same, the students are from the same school, but all the 3 have spoken 3 different angles, 3 different content, 3 different research. That means the English teacher or the department, Mr. Sujan Jose, or the parents or the principal himself or the students themselves, they are taking pains and interest to see that everyone approaches the topic slightly different. Chakravarti sir, am I right in saying so? The song taught by a teacher is sung same way, but the topic taught by an English teacher is not spoken the same way. That is what this kind of platforms are very, very dynamic, very, very variable, very, very variant, allowing the personality. Please remember this, children, please remember, the language, what you speak, the content, what you choose to speak, reflects your personality. We very firmly believed in this. That is what the ethics, he very firmly says, sir, there is no ethics in ethical hacking. What is this ethics? You cannot deny him. Kyatika says, sir, there is ethics in ethical hacking. It talks about the personality. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen and children, please remember, there is nothing called right or wrong in today's world. What is right to me may not be right to you, because you have a reason to negate it. So I am very thankful to the principals, Dr. Joshi, Dr. Chakravarti, or Mr. Sujan Jose, that the topic reaches different magnitude, different levels of understanding. I am very sure Pranesh Rangarajan, who's waiting, is a star speaker. He is always up with something different. We will like to listen to him. Let me also welcome Shriman Tempalle Sridharan, Nagarajan Sridharan, a good friend of mine. He could not join there in the morning. Sridhar sir, welcome. We will have the other speaker coming up. I hand you over. Thanks, Ms. Nivedita. Thanks for being here with us. I hand you over to Mr. Pranesh Rangarajan. We will all keep quiet to listen to him. He's got something new to speak. Pranesh, over to you.
Good morning to all. Naksharam mantrihitam namulam naudin ayogya purusham nasti yojakastra dulrabha. There is no aksharam or alphabets without them we cannot create mantras. Without vanaspati, that is vegetation, we cannot create medicine. Similarly, you will find tons of people who would be unethical, but very difficult to find people who are ethical and who would be going with ethics. Now, as Yajna sir rightly stated, people erupted at debate stating that ethical hacking is ethics, ethical hacking is sometimes becomes unethical. But one has to see the astonishing episodes of Chinese people messing with Americans and Israelis. Come on, guys. They are superpowers in hacking, and you still want to compete with them to be the dominating power in.
Okay,
cyber
Pranesh,
security.
Pranesh,
Sir,
Pranesh, can I hold you for a second? I'll tell you what. Now, Kyatika is the one who spoke about ethics. She says, yes, there is ethics. Can I hold you? Be available on the screen. Kyatika, can I ask you to answer the question? You were very strong in saying that, sir, there is ethics in ethical hacking. I will continue with Pranesh and maybe I'll get back to Giri Teja because this point has taken some beautiful turn now. Over to you, Kyatika, just for a minute. Take about 1 minute only to reply. Over to Kyatika.
Yes, sir. Actually, I think ethical hacking has ethics because it is always performed with context. And while the object of engagement is accurately reproduced, the tactics and the techniques and the procedures are used by the cyber criminals. It is never designed to malicious and aims to avoid damage or disruption to the business.
Yeah. I mean, I think we cannot but say yes. What you say is absolutely right. But I would want Giri Teja to reply you before Pranesh takes on. Giri, over to you, please. You will reply her question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, basically, I have said also it depends upon the person, sir. Like even ethical hackers, we people not only we don't continue till the death in the same mindset, sir. If the ethical hacker changes the mind, then it will be vulnerable to the institution or the any client, sir. So in that way, I have said that ethics are there when the person is right.
Okay.
Ethics will
Yeah,
vulnerable
that's
when
I think is perfectly put it. Let's all appreciate one thing. There is absolutely nothing called absolute right or absolute wrong. Fine. Okay, continue, Pranesh. Over to you. Thanks, Giri. Over to Pranesh.
Yes, sir. Last year there was a Rajya Sabha TV interview of our own National Security Advisor NSA Ajit Doval. He said, fourth generation warfare will be a war fought with their own invisible enemies. Now these ethical hackers are the actually so-called orchestrated enemies who sit at some very abandoned building and they operate from there that places and they operate overseas. Now coming to the now let me say start with certain suggestions or the things which all over the world people have been taking. Russians had a proposal around 4 to 5 years of closing their cyberspace with the world so that they can correct all their defects, all their technical glitches, all the coding glitches, so that they would be in a position. Suppose if anybody attacks their own country's cyberspace, they can immediately switch it off by just manual removal of the Ethernet threads. Now similarly, now since many people have spoken about data theft and all, for that our country has initiated pretty various the policies and missions, many rules and acts. Information Technology Act amendments 2021 have been taken place. Now we have something called as National Supercomputer Mission Data Localization Laws, through which we are forcing people to become ethical instead of ruling their own hegemony on the data set that is pretty much available in the public domain. Now coming to the supercomputers, and now the recent trend is data storage. People have shown enormous interest in putting huge amounts of investment. For example, the same Satya Nadella who originated his life from Hyderabad, he himself pledged through his company that we are going to invest around $2 billion in setting up cloud storage systems. Now just imagine, $2 billion is something that if given it to us, we can improve our own economy. Such has been the importance of data as a what do you say, binary liquid. Such has been its importance.
Wonderful, Pranesh. I think, you got a point?
I would like to end with a saying from the Art of War that Chinese has been using it pretty much wisely. Take something meaningful from your enemies and use it to bend to your will.
Absolutely, Sun Tzu's statement.
Yes.
Wonderful, Pranesh. Thank you so much. Pranesh always comes out with some, bright, different approach to the conventional thoughts of others, and that's what makes this kind of debates very very interesting. And do we have any other to add on to speaking? One last round. I'll just run through. Okay, Aditi, anything from your side? If you say yes, just unmute your mic. I'll come to know. Anybody wants to say anything? Get back to you, Pranesh. Unmute your mic, anyone? Okay. Lumba sir, I'll get back to you. You're going to be speaking from this side. Captain Lumba sir. Okay. Anybody else other than Pranesh, Geetika? Okay.
Sir, Sai would like to speak if you allow.
Sai, yeah, over to Sai. Please, yeah. Sai, please. Sai, where are you? From you? Okay. I'm just pinning you, sir. Sai, over to you, please, Sai.
I would like to say that ethical hacking is there as a remote desktop assistance by even Microsoft also. They assist in remotely connecting to the system and solve the issue. This assistance does not need the person solving to be near the person to be assisted. Nowadays, intelligence to acquire data and information and utilize them later.
My God, Sai, you always surprise us with so many hats. See, Sai wears not that white or grey or blue or green hats. She's got different other hats, like a pistol hat, like a yoga hat, like a Bharatanatyam hat, and a good speaker hat, and a good instructor hat. And other people who have joined us today, Pranesh and Pati, for you to know, today's yoga session for 1 hour was conducted by Miss Sai Lumba, and was really amazing. I got so many messages, barrage of messages, very difficult asanas. Dr. Chakravarti even commented, he said, Miss Sai, you've done fantastic job by making difficult asanas look so simple, but it was not that simple, right? Thank you, and I think a round of applause to Miss Sai Lumba, who's made an appearance again as a speaker. We wind up here. Okay, Pranesh, over to you. You wanted to add something?
The famous Sanskrit grammarian named Mallinatha, he said an important sentence which corroborates with the debate topic that Yagna sir has cited pretty well. Namulam likyate kinchinana peshrita mukhyate, which means that nothing is written without any base, without any sound foundation, without being in original, and nothing is said which is unexpected. So when a particular set of programs is offered, that the programmer himself knows that there exist flaws, there exist advantages, there exist disadvantages as well. So it's up to the person whether to follow it ethically or unethically. It is up to the person.
Very nice.
Instead of streamlining ones to ethical side or
absolutely
group as unethical.
Fantastic. I think that's a fantastic way of putting it across. I would request Dr. Chakravarti for a panel side speaking. So over to you. Then we will wind it up along with after Dr. Captain Lumba had spoken. Fantastic, Pranesh. Good show. Lovely. So over to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Today, almost all the speakers spoke fantastic. Actually, like Aditi, our own child Nivedita, Geetika, Kyatika, and all others. Giriteja, my compliments to you. You have thrown a different light on that. And Pradesh, as usual, he has thrown from a different angle. His, showing the picture, from a different angle. That's really wonderful. The word, as per my observation, ethical is attached. The adjective ethical is attached because the word hacking itself is something not ethical. Sometimes it becomes necessary for us to hack. It is, suppose we often forget our passwords, and there are other ways and means to retrieve that password. That itself is hacking. It is as simple as that. So it is nothing controlling the ways of unethical hacking by strengthening the ethical hacking. That is only the option. and there are various opportunities as some of the children has shown the light. The future is for that only. Future is for that only. And the moment we open Facebook or any other website, we have number of advertisements like that white hat coding classes. Coding classes has become, gaining popularity just because of this very fact that the future is for hackers. So wonderful opportunities are there ahead. All of them, all the speakers have spoken very well. My compliments to you, sir. Wonderful discussion, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll meet next week again with the same kind of enthusiasm, a little more number of. I would request the principals, you can have more observers also. It's absolutely fine. Because it's nice if they can listen to their own classmates doing so well. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I hand you now over to Captain Manoj Lumba, the doting father of today's instructor, Sai Lumba. She made our day. She made this day so memorable for us. Sir, over to you, please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Chakravarti sir, and all the dignitaries here. And the students, it was fantastically spoken. The information was given and they have actually Googled it well and tried to find out from their friends and whatever. It's good. See, the thing is, ethical hacking actually started from 1969, where they started with a word called remote desktop assistance. So this was thing which was again coming into your system and it was ethical. But that time it was not so popular because there were not many people who were going for emails and other things and utilizing the net. But slowly, whenever the things started, after 2003 onwards, you saw a lot of big rise in utilizing of data's informations as well as your money exchange via internet, which was VOA and voice over informations and data transfer, money transfer. So then these people had a good opportunity of utilizing this. I have done my LLM in cybersecurity, so I will tell you a few things about that. Indian IT Act 2000 came up with these things how to catch them, because it's very difficult. A normal layman cannot do that, because the information what they can take out, you will never even know. You will never even come to know that your system has been hacked or been taken over, and you will lose your information, data or money, whatever. So, and you will be surprised to know the hackers in India or abroad, if you see, the age is from 9 years to 19 years only. Just these, imagine a child of 9 years, what information, what they have, capabilities that they can go into your system, get these things. And these, if you see these patch files, what we call, they are, before used to be in MBs, but they are now KB, 1 KB, 2 KB, and with the speed of your net, what you have about 4 Mbps or 8 Mbps or 10 Mbps, this 1 KB takes about not even 1 nanosecond to reach your system and get ping to your gateway and start getting the information without you knowing it. And you cannot catch them because they will utilize a word called jumping TCP IP, we call. So these information, they do that and they take out. So what you have to do is, first of all, make sure your firewall of your system is always on. Normally what we do is, when we are installing a software or something, or they normally say you just stop your defenders, or please do not do that. And when you are using a phone, be careful. Do not, as very rightly Giri sir and Pranesh sir has said, that you should not open any fish files or something like that, which will give link to the hackers, and they will utilize that to their advantage without you even controlling it. And then you cannot even stop it, because by the time you come to know about it, they've already done their job. So be careful on that line. And thank you, sir. This is a very good topic you have utilized. Great.
That's really wonderful, because I was sure very many of the children possibly would have not known about this. I was wanting them to know, because this is going to be a must. They must know about this. That's why I thought. So nice. Sir, can we have Master Girish Nagarahalli? Because we missed him couple of times. He joined and left because of some connectivity issues. He had come back again now. I think with the permission of the house, we'll have one more speaker. Girish, over to you, then we will wind up. I'm pinning you, Master Girish. Your mic is muted, Girish. Your mic, we can't hear you. Hello, hello. Allapa, we can't hear you. Just see, maybe your mic is. There were some connectivity issues with you. Speak. Allapa. No, I think there's some problem with your phone. I'm extremely sorry, Girish. No, we are unable to hear you. Maybe next week you please join us with a different topic. Okay? Please don't mind. I'm extremely sorry that we could not hear you because of technical issues. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think we give a round of applause to all the children, all the students who have joined and taken pains to learn about the topic for the first time. And it's really, really wonderful. There is a saying in Tamil. In Tirukkural it is said, பொய்மையும் வாய்மை எடுத்து புரை தீர்ந்த நன்மை பயக்குமெனின். Even if it is a hardcore lie, if it is a lie, still if it is going to benefit the masses for the right cause, that lie is no more a lie. That is what the ethics in not having ethics. Rightly said, Pranesh, Giriteja, Kyatika, Aditi, these are the people who were slightly vocal on all such things to be very bold. Milan spoke about the opportunities, and Captain Manoj sir rightly had put it the technical aspects of it, how to be away from. Yes, Pranesh. Yeah.
Sir, similarly in Tamil, Avaya said Rautram Padagu.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. See, there are certain.
Yeah, the Rautram Padagu means practice anger.
Yes.
She told that it's a sin. You should not practice anger. But when the similar person who fought during the independence struggle, he said, practice anger for your benefit. It should be channelized in such a way that your demands are met.
Absolutely. See, you can't see if I like idlis or if I like only chakra pongal, I can't keep having it entire my life. No. You need 6 types of taste, 9 types of rasas. The life has to be balanced. Then only, what is Chanakya Niti? What is Ramaniti? What is Krishna Niti? There is no comparison. Raman Varuvage, Kannan Varuvage, they are diametrically opposite, but both of them coexist. Jahan Bhagwan hai, wahan Shaitan bhi hai. If Shaitan is not there, nobody will think of Bhagwan. If Bhagwan doesn't exist, Shaitan will come and overrule you. You need to have a balance of good and bad in the life. There is nothing called absolute good. There is nothing called absolute bad. Second thing I would request all the children who are joining us, if you can kindly join 10 minutes before, I'll tell you the benefit. At about 7:15 or so, the instructor puts us into pranayama. We will wind up with a prarthana sort of thing. That 5 minutes if you can give before, so that I can admit you, because I don't do, because I that. So towards 7:25, that is the time we are at sublime position, where we are into sublimity, kind of doing pranayama sort of thing. I would request all the speakers and observers kindly join us by 7:15, 0715. Give us those 10 minutes. I would have admitted you before, so that who knows, tomorrow you may take interest in yoga and join Sai Lumba at 6:20 itself. Quite possible. Thank you so much. It's been very, very enriching. Thank you. It's a very great talk we had. Next week we will come out with one more discussion. Sometimes I'm going to have some storytelling also. We will have some sort of picture shown to you. We would want you to develop a creative story within about 3 minutes time, and you can mute your mic and things and just write your story, and we would want you to present your story. Next time maybe we'll have that kind of training. And again, I close today's topic with a statement. A great boon for girls, children with NDA's Sainik schools opening their gates for them. I would request the principals to kindly address this issue. Have Scout, NCC, NSS in your schools, because we as children have gone through this. Dr. Chakravarti is an associate NCC officer. Captain Lumba is still serving in the Navy, and his child Sai wants to join. I'm telling you guys, Fauj is a fantastic service, and it's been a long journey for me, good about 36 years plus now, and I can say undoubtedly it's a wonderful career while you continue to address all your passions and serve the nation. Thanks for being here, everyone. We will meet next week, 0620 hours. Jai Hind.
Thanks. Then.